I'll call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Can we have a roll call, please? For people that are here.
Yep, everybody's here except Mr. Mayor could not come this evening. And Mr. Clark is absent as well.
And Aiden. Okay, with that, we'll call and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's thing, moving gingerly myself. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda? Ms. Kim?
I have a demolition permit I need you guys to approve.
Okay, under new business. Item 7, demolition.
I'd like to talk about the fire hydrant that we supply people with water for.
Okay, fire hydrant, new business. Anything else?
The only thing I had was the changes to the
Change to the
claims,
bills.
and that I had those in front of you there. So just those few extra that came in today.
Just the changes to the bills?
Yep.
Okay,
AJ gave me pictures from the Highway 2 bridge area, so we can add that.
okay, with that, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll motion that.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Tiffany, second by Steve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The minutes from the November board meeting. Any changes or addition to those? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the November board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Aiden, second.
I'll second it.
Tiffany?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Motion by Aiden, second by Tiffany. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Financial reports. Anita provided us with additions to the revised bills.
Yeah, what'd you guys think of the reports this month? I know you love them. But I was really proud, actually, because all of those transfers have been completed that we talked about in the last month or so. So it cleaned up a lot of your funds that we talked. I was really ecstatic about the way they turned out, actually. However, I do want to make note to the bank balancing, and I enclosed them all on here. I have went through the bank reconciliation from May to now 4 times. Kim and I sounded like crazy women in the office that day. There is still an adjusted amount that needs to be entered to balance, and there's no explanation for it. All the items on the statement check off with all of the transactions we have in the program, especially October, November, everything's all there, but yet there's still an amount that needs to be entered to balance, which makes no sense. So I just wanted to let you know that. I also got a call out to the program itself to see if there's like transactions happening behind the scenes that we're not fully understanding completely. It just, everything checks, but it doesn't zero.
How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it?
Well, if you look at the first one here for, we're looking at November. November is $968.13 or 11 cents. I can't see. It's so dang little. 968.11 to balance.
So up until May, everything was balanced, so it's somewhere between May and November?
Oh, well, seeing, I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
our auditors we hired said, I even reached back out to them, and she said that it balanced. But even going into May, we found an error where it was $60 off that wasn't accounted for. Each month it's been different. June was $532. July actually came down to $9.88. August is, $468. It seems so strange to me that I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. And I know Kim can back me up because we did. We went through everything. I went through it 4 times. So I just wanted to share that. I don't know what you guys want to do or if there's anything we can do at this point. Maybe, maybe Black Mountain will have a solution or I'd called and asked if they would see if there were things hanging in the background that would look strange.
Is there a possibility that changes were made to months that were already balanced? I know the UB,
Like utility transaction changes, it's very possible.
so I mean, that would most definitely screw everything up.
But not that amount. I mean, it's just weird. We went way back into when Mr. Robin was here and the same thing was done. There was a balance written, I won't say written off, but put in there every month, the balance to zero on the bottom, which should not have to be.
But isn't that the reason that we hired that external accounting firm, was to get all that cleaned up?
Yep.
So we're not.
And it's already wrong.
Right.
Mhm, so they didn't.
Something in the program's not functioning.
Or we're not understanding it completely, and I'm gonna fully admit it. I don't know what's going on. I want you guys to know about it, absolutely.
But they balanced the checkbook from January 1st up until what date we paid. And that was all balanced. then, right?
Supposedly through May, but again, in May, I had found a $60 transaction that wasn't logged, and so that wasn't accounted for. I didn't go back to April, March, February, January. I went from May until now.
Because it was supposedly
Supposedly
balanced
done.
from May
Right,
up until May,
Right.
through May.
right.
Wouldn't there be some kind of contract that they would have to, if we've already found a discrepancy, that they would have to go back and fix without charging us more money? If we,
Yeah, we never paid them to do May forward. And that's where
No, we paid them to do,
no, wasn't it through me?
well, whatever month, I didn't remember when it ended. So if there's a sick for that month, then you can, sure.
well, it's only $60 for May, but I mean, that's easily
And then
probably.
again, like in June, it comes down to $9. So I just, but all of the transactions are checking off on the statement that we have in the program.
So
And
my
yet-
question is, if you added up what's off May, June, July, August, September, and October, does it equal to 968? Is that like just a balance forward? No.
No, it changes every month. It doesn't like accumulate.
Mhm.
It's not, you can.
Yeah, but if you're off $60 in May, you're going to be off $60 in June, and then whatever else you're off, if you are off.
Maybe, but then how did it go down to $9 in July?
Yeah.
Because
Does
then
it-
something
Somebody
was
pays-
off that took more money than, that took, part of that $60.
Has Black Mountain said anything? Did you talk to them?
Again, I'm waiting on a response to see if there would be something behind the scenes that we're not fully understanding.
So you have reached out to them or not?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I guess I would just recommend just seeing what they say and then bring it up again next month to us, because yeah, it's not rocket science. I mean,
No, it's not. You should be able to take your entries and check it off with your bank balance. And that's exactly what we did. And everything checks off, leaving these oddball dollar amounts.
Are you having it where somebody's paying their water bills at the end of the month and then it's not showing until the next month, say after the first?
The carryovers,
You know
no,
what I
we're accounting for the carryovers.
That shouldn't be.
yeah,
So-
talk to them and just let us know next month.
When you start over in the next month, is it zero then? Do you write it up? So that $60, is that not being carried over into the next month?
When you start with a bank rec, you start with the total balance of your bank accounts and you enter that. And then you start checking off all your checks that have cleared
Mhm.
and all your deposits that have cleared and all of our journals that have cleared
Right.
through the utilities. And when all of those are moved over and there still is some kind of oddball balance that has to be wrote in to make it zero, it just doesn't make sense.
Right, but so if you have $60 in May, is that $60 still going into a line into June?
It's affecting the balance.
Right,
It could,
but are
it
we-
could
you
be,
said
but
that
then
the next
again,
month
you
is
know,
July.
how did it come down to $9 in July?
Well, there could be, there's either a $69 error or a $61 error. It doesn't, I mean, a $51 error doesn't necessarily mean, it still carries forward no matter how you look at it.
Usually
If
you
it's
gotta-
off, you're going to be off the next month and the next
Right.
month and the next month, and it's not going to be the same. And if you're going to have continuing to have transactions
Right.
happening, it's just going to, that's why it varies.
Don't they take the money though out of something to fix it?
But she's not making that journal entry
Isn't that
yet.
how they were doing it before though?
Yeah, that's what Kim just said. That's how they were doing it.
But you're not doing that now.
I'm not making any journal entries, no. I'm putting a balance here that is required to get it to be zero, so I can move forward to the next month.
So the next month you're starting at zero. So
And
that's
checking off all of our items.
Well, you're not really starting at zero. You're just putting in the new balance from the new bank statement.
right, but what I'm saying is the $60 one month, $9 the next month. Technically, you're off $69,
Or, yeah,
and then the next month you're adding. Then
Or
it was
51,
500. So
yep.
you're adding that. So you're each month you're off more and more.
Could be, maybe, but okay, so May, right? The $60, okay? You go to June, you got $522. You go to July. you
But
got-
go back to June for just a second. Sorry. Like, so in the adjustment table, you have written 522.44 to balance, but then the difference is 542.44. So technically that one, you could take the 522.44 out of the adjustment table and you'd be down to $20 there, which is an even amount. So $60 in May, $20 in June. I think possibly, and then negative 988 in July. There could just be something, because you have so many months open. And then if
they're
anybody
all
goes back
closed
and
Now. They've been all closed.
so it can be closed in accounting, but you can still, like if somebody does something in UB, that's gonna, or payroll, it's gonna screw something up. Unfortunately.
Carla?
I think you'll get it. And Black Mountain is a very valuable resource that we pay highly for. So I would just continue to use those, especially if they can, like if you just have them concentrate on May and get that one, or May and June, because those are even amounts. So it's got to be something.
Well, I don't understand, because May it's 60, June it's $522, Jenny, and 44 cents.
But if you look at the difference on that sheet, and we can talk about this later, like, so the difference in May is $0, but then in June, it's negative 542.44. So if you do the math, it's really just $20.
Well, are we looking at the difference, or why am I having to enter that to balance?
Like if you take that 522.44 out, that says to balance. Just take that out and it would be down to negative $20. Or a difference of an extra $20 because it's opposite in here.
No, you have to enter 522 to make it 0.
It's not 0 though. Look at the difference line.
Where's this actual page at that you guys are looking at?
I'm just looking in June.
There's multiple pages of the statements that I issued.
The banks, okay, yep.
Because if you're looking at the difference, well, then we have a difference of 0 in multiple amounts or multiple months, but we still have to enter that random dollar amount
She's
to
telling you
balance.
to look here to balance 522.44. Over here is the difference, 542.44.
I'm
That's
on
the difference of 20.
I get you. I do get it. Yes, I get that. But then this month it's 0,
Right. I was just specifically talking.
and this month it's 0. So, I mean, am I really off? Or are we not off? Or why are we having to enter this balance? So it's just again, definitely wanted to make it very well known to you guys that that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, like I said, I think we just need to talk to Black Mountain and
Yeah, they will definitely help you.
Carla?
Did you get the final set of work papers from the accounting firm, which would have been their final?
So that's the other thing.
Of the reconciled bank balance, the end of May or April, whichever was the end of the contract. Getting any, I would suggest calling and asking.
I already asked.
Final,
No, they don't have it.
They don't count. their
Right. They didn't have anything to provide me. I've already asked for it because I wanted to see it as well.
They don't have, the accounting firm doesn't have anything.
They don't have any of the backup work that they did on January through May. They didn't have anything to provide me, other than their word that it was completed.
That's strange.
I worked at a public accounting firm for 11 years and I've never heard anything.
Yeah, they should be able to provide you with something.
Yeah. It seems pretty strange, especially if we paid them to do it.
Okay, so Nita, you just stay on top of that and let us know.
Yeah, I will definitely keep you guys in the loop, and that's exactly why I wanted to bring it up to make that known.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, can I have a motion for the financial reports?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Aiden, second by Brent. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, sidewalk fund?
So that's the reports and then the revised bills of 55,31524.
Mhm.
Okay, did you guys have any questions on any of the bills?
Any questions on other bills? No?
I did not.
Okay, sidewalk fund?
Yeah, the sidewalk project that's going on, you guys kind of wanted me to do some research on that. So that's really what I provided here with this sheet. I dug through old files, kind of give you a timeline. 2018 in June, an application was submitted for a grant. Had discussions throughout then with the engineer. Did an environmental study. BN actually denied some of the permitting, so that's why it held off for a while. So that's where we're looking at 2018 to 2021 to actually do the project. But after those permits, here we are with our sidewalk project. But there has been no indication of what funds those were to be used to pay for the actual cost. I think is kind of what we're looking at in November when we talked about this, where we're going to pay from this from.
I think it was a sales tax.
There was no specification, so I guess it's really just truly up to whatever you guys think makes the most sense.
How much have we paid so far?
I think I had it here for you. Did I? One of them here.
Must be back in the other pages, huh?
Sidewalk.
And then the stuff here with the, where they had to remove by the railroad tracks and put that pipe in, that's already been done, right?
Sidewalk is five, what, 5.5?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So this is for next spring they're gonna do?
Garbage vector.
That's,
It's,
so are you looking for something where,
vector,
Anita, where we gotta
meter.
pay that?
Well, I'd imagine you wouldn't want to carry a negative balance in an account. That's just, I guess, how I would look at it.
Right.
So in your research, I think the main goal was to figure out where they
Right.
projected the money to come on it. Did you find
Right,
anything
right.
like that?
Yep. It was 5. Why can't I see this here? Oh, right here. Right now we have paid, well, 52,000. $52,076.45.
And where did that money come out of?
Right now it's sitting as a negative in a fund. So it's basically just, it's been paid. But it's holding a negative balance in a fund. I'd imagine you wouldn't want to carry a negative balance in a fund, especially crossing years. That's just, I guess, how I would look at books.
So where did the money come out that got paid?
I would imagine, just came out of your general account. There's a certain fund created to pay this, keep track of the dollar amount. So it came out of the general checking, but I'd imagine you'd want to take wherever you want to pay it from and make it at least liquidated to zero. That's what, wouldn't you, Jenny? Is
Oh,
that,
1,000%. But did you find anything back in the minutes or anything where it was?
no, there was
No.
no specification on where it should be paid from.
And that was like, what, a 90-10 grant or something, 80-20?
60/40.
I would have assumed, I guess, the sales tax, but I don't know.
So what do you gotta do with that then? What do you need? You need something from us or you just?
I would imagine you guys want to allocate which fund is going to cover that cost
And then you just make a transfer.
to make that transfer to zero the balance so that it doesn't carry over into a new year.
How is there funds sitting, or what other than that, what other fund is even available?
I'd look at your 400 city sales tax.
Would that sound right to you, Carly?
Human sales taxes, that's what my
Yeah,
memory
Mike
was.
was up.
The fact that there wasn't a motion for it. If it
Just
wasn't
forgot.
in the minutes, it didn't happen, but
Yeah.
my memory serves that sales tax, which is kind of what that is. It falls within what that fund was created.
Right.
So it makes sense that that's where it comes from.
Mike?
My memory serves correctly, the question was asked, how do we pay for this? And you said, well, there's plenty of money in the, Jason said there's plenty of money in the sales tax. And the attorney said, yes. More than enough.
There is more than enough in the sales tax.
Talking Jason Vaughan?
Yes. That's how long ago this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I might have, yeah.
Yeah, railroad delayed it for like a year, year and a half, 2 years.
So my suggestion would be to transfer your 52,000 out of your 400 capital equipment sales tax and put it into the 555 sidewalk project to zero the balance.
Do you have more that we owe that we need to get paid though here by the end of the year? or-
I think we wrote, the last that I got from material testing, that's actually being cut tomorrow. And then I don't know if there'll be other that trickle in for January. It's not like the fund has to disappear. You can keep your sidewalk project fund and say in January we get any bills, you can keep paying it from that fund.
I would,
Just knowing that your sales tax is gonna cover the cost.
Just so our bills are paid up by the end of the year for what we should have, I would think.
They're paid.
Okay.
There's gonna be another, okay.
I would make a motion that we pay the 555 fund out of the, which is sidewalk project, out of the 400 fund, based on the knowledge of past people in the audience and know more than we do about how it was done. Right.
Okay, awesome, thank
Do
you.
need a motion, or do you just need for us to say that we all agree that it's, go ahead and do it?
Well, if it isn't in the minutes from
I'll second
prior, I
that.
think we should have it in the minutes that that's how we are going to pay it.
Okay, we have a motion by Aiden and a second by Jenny to transfer the money from the sales tax fund to the sidewalk fund, the 52,076.45. All in favor? Any other
Yeah.
discussion?
And then you would throw that back into our general fund? Is that what you're, I mean, we paid it out of the general fund.
No, we paid it out of the sidewalk fund,
Okay,
which
you're right.
made it
Okay,
negative.
yep, I'm good.
Okay. The other funds I
Hold on a
wanted to
second.
just briefly
We have a
speak on.
motion on the table.
Oh, sorry.
So we have a motion by Aiden and a second by Jenny. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried.
Yeah, and then the other two funds I wanted to briefly speak on, just so you guys have an idea of how they work, are your City Pride Fund and the Holiday Giving Fund. To know that they are donation funds that exist, and then balance has to be cleared out by year end. They can't be carried over, and that's just on advice from the external auditors. If you receive donated money, it's got to be in and out in the same fiscal year you receive it. So the City Pride Fund, which were the gaming donations received so graciously from the Legion, have been all liquidated and used for the cause of decorating the city for the holidays, the trees. And then our holiday giving, we had donations received through November and December here, and us girls and our little elf group will make sure that those items are used for a good purpose by the end of the month. If that makes sense. I don't know if you have any questions on that or not, but I just kind of wanted to brief you on it a little bit.
Where are the donations that were made into this fund for the City Pride Fund?
If you look at it, your first line item there
Mhm.
is your Legion Post 91.
Okay, so that was from Devil's Fire. Okay.
Devil's Fire nominated, to the Legion that the funds be used to help decorate the city. And so the Legion had released those funds for that purpose.
And that's the 3,200.
Yep.
So this is just information for us.
It is basically just to kind of
Okay.
give you a lowdown on how those work. Their donated funds will be in and out by the end of the year.
So how's it been going for getting people to come and volunteer?
We've done a few great things in the last couple months. I would say it's definitely not all me by no means. But I would also say that there hasn't been the great big connect on all the people that were supposedly expressing that they wanted to help volunteer. I guess I hadn't seen the legs out versus the word, if that makes sense.
Anita and I started decorating the tree out front, and Laura Volk showed up, and I called in a favor to the Decent family, they all showed up, and Ken Johnson showed up, and I called them. That was all the tree. And then I don't know who all was involved with trees down along front.
They look nice, all of it.
It does, but look very nice. All of the hard work everybody did and citizens and my family was sick.
Okay.
When we were decorating the tree.
Okay, we have public appearances, more engineering. Josh? It's 3 Joshes.
The
Oh,
Joshes.
two
Oh,
Joshes.
two
I
Joshes.
was right. I have close.
Oh yeah, 2 Joshes and a Kyle.
2 Joshes and a Kyle.
It says Josh and 3 people got up, so I wasn't sure.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, they were getting chickens.
Good evening. I'm Josh Reiner with Moore Engineering. Josh File also is with us sitting over there. This is Kyle Meyer. Just wanted to stop in and introduce ourselves. We've kind of connected with a couple staff members at the League of Cities conference here a few months ago and wanted to come in and introduce ourselves to the council. So I'll let Kyle start out.
So Josh, he handed out a pamphlet. That's just it's got the general information for what Moore Engineering does. We are a civil engineering company, born in North Dakota. I've been here 22 years doing municipal engineering work for communities in North Dakota. We work for over 100 communities, helping them with their needs in their communities, helping them find funding, helping them connect the dots there on those two things. So, for our clients, what we like to do is really dig deep and understand what are the needs of what are the communities that we work in need, and then what is the best way to help and go and find financing to help those needs. We do that with a lot of communities. Josh is in our Minot office, project manager for us, works for how many communities around here? Works as their city engineer. What we like to do is have a couple people work with our clients so that when your project manager or your engineer is at another meeting and you need something, you got another person, another engineer that can help out when you need something. And so we do everything from A to Z on the civil engineering part that a community would need. We were able to really understand what the needs are and bring that project to finish, close out, handle all the funding regulations and everything like that you go through and help you out there. So we'd love the opportunity to work in Surrey. We work for a lot of communities. We've got a lot of good references. So I don't know if you have any questions for us, but again, we do this a lot and would really like to help out.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
How long have we had the engineer firm we have now? I have no idea. About 12. We had it before that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our goal is to make your lives easier on the infrastructure needs and things in your communities. So again, we try and help out everything from the funding, packages, regulations, close out, so that's easy on your end.
I guess one of the things that sticks out for me is the guiding growth. We do have 2 developments in Surrey that are